All right. Hello, everyone. Let me just check, make sure my webcam's off so we don't have that duplication. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first Tournament of Stars test exhibition match. Today, Aces Wild and OP-4 will go head-to-head under draft rules for the Tournament of Stars, which is going to be starting in June. If you like what you see and want to take part, signups will be starting in early May, so be on the lookout for that announcement in the MWO Comp Discord. Now, the Tournament of Stars is a clan-only 5v5 tournament. This tournament is known for its small rosters and unique scoring system where kills count for points in addition to wins. There have been some proposed adjustments for this upcoming season, which we're testing today, which is the whole point of this match, and they are as follows. For the point scoring system, drop 1, and this is also a format change, will consist of 3 bouts. A 1v1 and 2 2v2s, 1 point for 1 win and 1 point for 1 kill on the 1v1, 2 points for a win and 2 points per kill on each of the 2v2s for a total of 14 potential points per team. Now, drops 2 through 5, more on the classic end of the scoring for this. 1 point for 1 kill. Awesome. We have sound on the stream. Howdy, everybody. So 1 point for 1 kill, 2 points for each additional kill. So first kill is 1 point, second kill is 3 points. Third kill is 5 points, and so on, maximum of 9 on that. And then you get 5 points for the win. So that's a difference from last year's. Each one has a total of 14 points each match, a total of 14 points on the board with a max of 70 points over the entire match. Additionally, we are testing the use of a 1-cap conquest rules, which is a departure from last year's 3-cap conquest / domination mix. I'll go over those as we go along, but be prepared for some fights and locations where we don't usually see them. Another change that we're working with today is a lower duplicate chassis cap. Today, the limit is 4 of each chassis that can be used across the entire match, including those 1v1, 2v2 matches. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Just going to give these guys a heads up here. So the first one is going to be trial Vegals for the first match. Both teams are ready and in the thing. Are in the hopper, so hey, you know what, let's go ahead and start this up. I will be watching the chat, but reminder, there is a 5-minute delay on this as always. Not Bob with all of the good luck in the world. Not sure what the best angle is going to be here. Let's see, that looks pretty good. Oh, I need to switch this over to match. Don't worry, we got there. This is command. Eliminate. All right, both in Vegal 2 trial mechs. Let's see how this turns out. And if you're wondering what the trial mech is, it's 2 LB10s and a PPC on that. So, Charybdis taking the first hit from Not Bob, spread all over, 6% off. Reminder that sometimes the armor on these is not what they would be otherwise. Not Bob getting away scot-free here while just loading on a Charybdis. Let's watch Charybdis here taking some loss, armor loss on that arm. I don't know if there's anything on that arm off the top of my head, but Not Bob continuing to lay into Charybdis down to 71. Got that open torso. Just gonna, there we go. 1 LB gone and open CT. Not Bob was so far a commanding fight. I think this is 100% gonna go into, there we go. Not Bob finishing off Charybdis so quickly in this first match. Well done. So that is going to be a win in that column and 1 point there. So that's 2 points if you're keeping along. Let me see here. I'll get a scoreboard up here momentarily. There we go. So looking at 109 damage, or I'm sorry, 62 damage to 198. Not Bob with a commanding fight in that Vegal. All right, now, here, we'll throw you over the scoreboard while I deal with some of the admin side. There we go. You can see, take a look at that. All right. We'll give these guys a heads up. Oh, they're already on it. All right, so we'll go ahead and give them their 1 minute timer. Here we go. Will be shown above my head here in a second. Maybe. All right, I guess. And next up, we are doing a Boreal Reach here. So another Solaris map that we're going to continue going on. And these teams, one of the changes, this is a 2v2. And you have to use different, or maybe not. I think we forgot to mention that they have to use different pilots. All right, team 1 is locked. We're going to go team 2. Start that over. All right, and they're locked, so off we go for match 2 here. So normally the way that this is going to count, if we go forward with this format, the winner of 2 out of 3 matches gets the quote-unquote win on these. Well, actually, I think mathematically that works out anyway. Since these are skirmish matches, they will get the win on drop 1, which gives them choice of side. Hold way crashed. All right. We'll have to check the hold rules here. See if we changed anything on that. Hold all chat reported. Stop immediately. Wait for teams. All right. It was not Bob. Oh, okay. I think. What is happening here? Pull that up. I cannot yet. Fantastic. That is just the chat in between. I think we might be good. We'll find out here in a minute. Switching over to our match. You see, I'm going to just check it out, see how, all right, things are looking okay on the stream. Fantastic. But clearly, you know, it is delightfully shined. If it were any shinier, it would be see-through. You know, and that is, you know, that's just the way that works. Let's see. Are we ready yet? No, we are still going. You know, I wonder. Oh, here we go. Music has started. Here we go. We've got Way O and Z in the Incubus. The Direwolf B for Hotshot, and over here we've got a Kodiak and a Mistlynx. I do like that Kodiak Mistlynx pairing. Obviously, I'm sure we have machine guns on that. One Ultra 20 and the SRMs. That is a Spirit Bear. I forgot to note that, so that's interesting. They're going to close up and try to take some components. We've got Incubus with the SRMs, Pulse, and machine gun with the, I think it's the Saber there. And AC5s and micros on that Direwolf. Interesting comparison. They are holding, I believe, or they're waiting. Okay, we are waiting for our reconnect here. Just a second. This is good that there is a disconnect. Let's test all the scenarios, right, everyone? In the meantime, we've got some black camo spec over here, and ooh, that's a pretty Spirit Bear. I do like that. We've got some default camo on that. Checking out the camos on these mechs, which is, you know, it's only 4 mechs, so it's only gonna buy us so much time, folks. But we are here. Let me see if I can find anything on the redrop rules, because given that there's a 10-minute timer, I don't see that this would be within the first minute. That's fine. All right. Let's see how we go. If we might end up with a redrop here. All right, just kind of hanging out. Boreal Reach, it's an interesting map. There have been some notes of it being not an even map. I think Team 1 technically has the advantage here, but being in spectator view, I'm going to show you some parts of the map that we don't usually see. Look at this there's like this whole space over here that was constructed, which is interesting. I'm not entirely sure why. It's a cool map in all sorts of literal sense. Please check AW's mechs to make sure they don't have any offensive decals, says McClearly. I did not see any decals on that. Let's see here. Am I seeing some movement, or is that just some drift? Careful with your movement, boys. That's okay. They're not going really anywhere. Oh, looks like Kelda also checking in on that. He's in Mech Bay. All right, any second. We looking at these builds, I think we'll be okay. Given that it's going to be a bit of a brawl, so we will just go ahead with that. We'll see what we got here. Oop. Okay, he's here. All right, we are good. Oh. All right. Oopsie. Yep, 610. That's what I was about to type, but you know, forgot to hit the chat button. All right, there we go. Here we go. We are off. Way Owen pushing in. Hotshot taking his time, as you will in a dire wolf. Legend of Kelda rushing ahead with that spirit bear, using that speed. Off we go with the Mistlink. So we're gonna have some Mistlinks Incubus action here coming in soon. Here we go. The firing going off with Hotshot just laying into Kelda. That is a smidge loud. Let's turn that down. Yeah, good strike usage here, getting Kodiak down to 88%. Let's see how open we are here. Not too much. That's mostly armor. Let's see. Kodiak mixing it up, buying Hotshot the time to get some shots in, but we're fighting around this this cover right here. I don't know how much how many shots Hotshot has here. That being said, Legend of Kelda all sorts of messed up. There goes Legend of Kelda. Hotshot taking him out. Kodiak still holding in there, harassing Way O and Z. If I can get a click in on here, which I guess I can't, that's fine. We're gonna slow it up here for a bit. Way O and Z a little roughed up there, taking out Kodiak. I'm sorry, there goes Hotshot taking out Kodiak, and that's it. A real quick, it took about a minute of fight there. Well done on both teams. It was a hell of a match there. All right, let's see, get this onto my scoreboard here. All right, and quick look at the damage. Kelda throwing in 300 damage in that Kodiak, 400 damage coming from Hotshot. The lights, you know, honestly, probably roughly similar proportions on that. All right, let's see if that scoreboard has updated yet. Give me that scoreboard. There we go. There's our scoreboard while I get things going on the other side. They are switching. A reminder, both teams only have 1 minute to swap over here, so that is something that's going on. I'm going to go ahead and give team 1 their 1 minute. Starting now. All right, so our next map is going to be Mech Factory. So forgot to mention, that one was 1 assault, 1 light. As you saw, those were the stipulations. This one is a heavy and a medium for this drop. They have open choice. These don't have to be trials like the other first match. And these teams are moving quick, which is what we want to see here for these. This is our last one. I need to update the scoreboard too. Let's see here. We've got a win for... Pretty sure that was Aces, but I will double check as we go ahead and launch for our next one. Yes, that was Aces Wild. No, that was OP-4 on that win. My bad. So I will switch that up. So many things to pay attention to. Thank you for your patience, folks. All right, here we are in the mech arena. It has a roof. Here we go, and we are off. Make sure we're in the match screen. Don't worry, guys. All right, so here we've got Revo Stay in the Summoner and Baron Bridgel von Brinsbilt, or something like that. In the Stormcrow, let's see, looking over here as they wait for the Duncan Fisher voice to not, oh my goodness, so much terrain. Let's see, we've got Small Pulse and SRM6 on the Aces Wild side. And here we've got Slain with, again, looking at that Beagle too. Same, well, almost same of a PPC. It's a large pulse, not a bad one for this. And we're looking at a Timberwolf with that laser vomit with the large pulse instead, rather than the heavies. Looks like Aces Wild are gonna poke up, see what they can find. OP-4 holding back, looking to receive the push. So they kind of have a sense of what's coming, I think. I don't remember if in the private, oh, that's open. Was that a little bit of a head graze there? No, not really. Just a whole lot of shot on that torso. Baron almost halved at this point with that Timberwolf. Very good build. Summoner coming in here. Baron is now halved with only 6 left, about to die, and now we see how the Summoner can do. Let's see here. Testiclops, not open all over. Is more the point I wanted to make. Let's see how Revis deals with this one. Open CT on that. A little bit of a rough start, but hey, we're getting something off. I think something fell off of Testiclops. A leg. Going for legs. All right. Revos losing something as well. Looks like just an arm, so it's probably a few SRMs, and Revos goes down under the focus fire of Slane's Beagle and the Testiclops. OP-4 pulling this one off. Win. And actually, that is 4 points. I'm sorry, my math was off there. All right. Let me see here. Hang on. Things are being funky on the stats side. Come on, give me my lobby stats. There we go. All right. And check out that scoreboard. Hopping out of the match. All right, now we get into the good stuff. I am going to hop on over to here. We're going to put the map up. We are going to start with Rubelite. All right. Got 12 minutes on the timer for this. Looking at Rubelite first. Let me confirm order here. Hang on, got a couple pills. Let me see here, double checking Mech Factory, Rubelite, Oasis. All right, I am going to start. We have our normal 5-minute timers on here. Oh, all right, they're going to have a, there we go. Now, normally after this match, we would be looking at Team 1 having a choice of which side they wanted to do after that drop 1. Had they won both, so in this case OP-4 would have choice, but since this is a scrim, we're just going ahead with Aces Wild on Team 1 for all drops, just to sort of test some of this timing stuff. So let's take a look at the maps. All right, so this one, we gotta talk about some Rubelite. Let me make sure that's coming up. All right, so you see that I got a bunch of these marked off here. These are caps are no good. If a team caps these, they have to win on resource and kills. Resource is going to be a little tough here because it is pretty close. Man, these guys are moving fast, not giving me a lot. So in any case, the fight is over Epsilon here. So expect Team 1 to take some firing lines up in Fox 4. G5, if they can get it. Team 2, I think maybe at a little bit of a disadvantage, but if they can come around here and take out some of that cover, it's going to be a bit of a, you know, that will really shake up Team 1's strats. But in the meantime, they are going to have to deal with this little nub here over on Epsilon. It's going to be great cover. Lots of bit of cover here. I think Team 1 really has an advantage on this, having this high ground on Fox 4, Fox 5. But Team 2 can come and really contest that. It's going to be, you know, do they want to fight over that Epsilon point? So we'll find out. I'm going to head us over back to the lobby. All right. So 3 minutes on that. I'm not sure what privet means. They are not locked. I'm not sure what's going on with Yorshka. But we'll see how it goes. All right, got the chat going on here. All right, I'm going to catch up on the stream chat. Let's see here. People having fun. 1 minute seems a bit short, maybe 2 on the feedback. Buongiorno croissant. Sure, why not? Skippy Nibbles protecting that. Mac needs a drink from Nyan. You know, it's always drink time. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, as they say, but I don't know why 5 o'clock particularly matters. Yeah, so we're doing all right. Just giving team 2, we're giving OP-4 a second here to figure out what they want to do. Looks like they are almost there, sorting out. Both these, also I want to thank both these teams for stepping into this with some new rules here. Team 2 is locked. Here we go. And make sure. I don't remember if in the private. All right, my audio is cooperating today, which is fantastic. I'm looking forward to the Tournament of Stars this year. It should be pretty cool with some of these changes. The one cap conquest should be pretty cool. We do have some screenshots of that new map, which might be in rotation. They're going to be taking a quick look at things. Here we go. All right, so we've got a linebacker rush from Aces Wild here with a Viper in tow. My question is, are they going for those lasers or are they going for SRMs? Looks like a mix. Just doing a quick look there. I'm not going to look at everybody. We're going to head on over to, hang on, I'm getting paranoid about my screens here. There we go. Head on over to the other side. Looks like we got a bit of a mix. We've got 2 Vipers. Now, reminder, you can only use 4 of each chassis. So we've got an SRM bot and a NARC. Oh, well, this could be interesting. All right, we've got some SRM small pulse, so we've got some skirmishers. What's going on here? Bloodhouse with the Ultra 10s, and I guess for that, an ATM Highlander. Interesting. Very interesting from OP-4. There's so many variables to look at here. I think if ATMs had their previous damage spread, that might be pretty good. But I mean, we're looking at a linebacker rush, so those ATMs are going to be kind of in a rough spot. They're just going to get in underneath that, so it's like a Lerm light drop, interestingly enough. But interesting, we've got those peeps, so we've got some looking to stand off. All right, so what's happening here? We're setting up over Epsi, so here's that high ground that Team 1, Aces Wild, is going to take, except they're just going to rush down. I was expecting them to hang on over here where they have lines over Epsi. OP-4 taking the point early, looking for them. I don't know if they have visual, but it's, oh, they're going around the long way. Very interesting. Looking to hit them from behind. Very smart from Aces Wild. OP-4 setting up for their receive. That Arctic Wolf going to come in behind. Let's see, can the skirmishers hold off this linebacker rush? It is stalling, but the Aces Wild Lights are taking a few hits here. While the there we go, Wayo and Z's Viper, there we go, is now down, but at a trade of a linebacker, so that's a tonnage trade there. Not bad. There are assaults of Aces Wild, or I'm sorry, of OP-4 just laying into them. Ghost Rider about to go down here, but we're looking at Kodiak at that 59%, getting tucked in the corner here by Charybdis, hitting them from behind. Now they're on the focus. Their assaults need to get some shots in. Those ATMs actually coming in use. While they get harassed by Kelda here, the Bloodhouse trying to deal with that, while Yorkshire can deal with covering here. Kodiak in that legged Viper, 58% there. Baron in the linebacker that's probably almost dead. Yeah, one touch. Charybdis doing their job here. Absolutely. So we've got a leg and a CT. Charybdis now down. We're waiting on Kelda. Kelda's still very fresh. They're going for legs there. Okay. So not as fresh as I thought. Hotshot, let's see how we're taking it. Hotshot is legged. Yorkshire also really toasted from behind, trying to make this work. Get some lines on Kelda. Kelda finally goes down. This is actually really close. If Hotshot can get the shots on Baron, let's see, what's Baron looking like? Baron is one shot CT, and honestly, Kodiak gets hit from behind, it looks like. A little over twist. Those ATMs took advantage. Let's see. Hot shot going down, and then Yorkshire cleaning it up. Well played, well played, well played on both teams. All right, so that is a win to OP-4. So they got 5 points for that. They have the max number of kills, which is 9. That being said, hang on, let me get some of this going on here. OP-4 with 7 points coming off of that. So not a total loss for OP-4. All right, hang on. We'll get this submitted as soon as that page does its little refresh majigger. We'll be going on to the scoreboard side of things. There we go. All right, and please give me my scoreboard. There's my scoreboard. All right, and off we go. All right, next map. So taking a look at the scores in between those matches, we are looking at 26 total points here for OP-4 with 17 kill points and 9 points for Aces Wild. Aces Wild getting a point and a win from that initial 1v1. All right, our next map moving on is going to be Forest Colony Classic. Let's get that set up here. Forest Colony Classic. And we'll get that timer started for Team 1. Again, our normal 5-minute timer. All right, just catching up on the chat. We are starting on that Rubelite drop, so we'll see how that goes. All right, both teams doing well. Looks like OP-4 with a commanding lead here, though, 26-9. This is not unexpected, and, you know, we'll count up the points here after, just to make sure that my calculations are correct. But there was a bunch of spreadsheeting going on to make sure that things are calculating correctly. So that's 7, 9. Yeah, no, these numbers are looking correct at a real quick blush. So yeah, these are our scores that you can see. We'll head on over to the lobby view so we can watch this happening. So, oh yeah, I should talk about Forest Colony Classic. What am I doing here? The map room, that's what I'm looking for. Real quick, so this one is Kappa. Obviously, both teams having sort of their home caps means choosing one of these doesn't really make a lot of whole sense for battle, or I'm sorry, for a one cap. So we're running on Kappa here. Normally we'd see fights, maybe some fighting here around Delta 3. Maybe some people trying to sneak a cap going through when it was 3 cap, right? With the what is this? Kappa, Sigma, and Theta here. But this is really going to force that fight over the center. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of canyon play. We might see a little bit of water play, but honestly, all guns are going to be pointed at Kappa, theoretically, unless we decide to have a push, in which case, I don't know, general vicinity of Kappa. I mean, it's a very small map, so what do you expect? It's basically all Kappa. We'll head on back to the lobby. We are coming up on 3 minute remaining. All right. And, you know, to note, with 14 points on the board, if Aces Wild, having scored 7 points on that match, starts taking some wins off this, this is still very turn. It can very much turn around as we're looking at these points. OP-4 right now just sort of needs to hold on to their points, essentially keep getting points even if they lose. That's sort of where their heads kind of need to be. But we'll see how they approach this. The linebacker push was interesting, did not turn out for Aces Wild, but ooh, was it close? Ooh, it was so close. So that being said, they used 4 linebackers. They are out of linebackers, so we won't see a linebacker rush. What was it? Linebackers and a Viper. So they've got 3 Vipers left, rather. And that's where we're sitting. How we doing here? Coming up on that 2 minute warning. And there it is. There's our 2 minute warning for Team 1. All right, now they are getting into their lances. Limit on this, interestingly enough, this map is a 350 ton max. So they are 100 tons under. So that'll be interesting. The constraints for that first drop were 300 tons. So we'll see how this match turns out. They are dropping very light. That's going to be a fast rush. Expect to see some of those Vipers maybe. Skippy Nibbles, that implies that I have hair to cut. So I appreciate your I appreciate your compliment, Nibbles. All right, here we go. Looks like Team 2. So we're looking at Alpha Bravo on Forest Colony. Should have that map up there. I mean, these ones are pretty set. Oh, Team 2 is locked. Let's go. My APIs are all mixed up. That's okay. Not that important. I can harvest them later. Not that they particularly matter for this, but you know, just for my own thing. Ah, yes, one of the maps that has things on the drop. Okay. Let's take a look here at what we have. No, come on. There we go. All right, we've got a purifier. We've got 2 purifiers. One with ER Med, ER Large, on the Hunchy, and a High Alpha, and a pair of High Alpha Sun Spiders. All right, let's see what's over on the other side. For OP-4, we're looking at a Hellfire, 2 Timbers, a Hellbringer, and Ebb and Jag. That looks like a lot of laser vom to me. Let's see, Ebb and Jag, nice High Alpha laser voms here, and that Hellfire with 2 Heavy Large and 4 ER Medium, like a little mini Hellbringer. I like it, very good. Let's see how we go. We are fighting over Theta, so this point here, let's watch the distribution here. Looks like Ace is Wild, going for that left, gonna check out the water, maybe get some shots. No one really going for Theta. No one's going for the point. All right, well, let's see how this turns out. I don't think caps are really going to be an issue here. Both teams out for flood, which is what we like to see. So Ace is Wild developing the water side here with their purifiers, just trying to get these angles. We're looking at OP-4 kind of bunching up. That's not so great. They're going to be moving out on a lot of angles, and a lot of the Aces Wild team is out in the water, which this big old hump kind of prevents you from shooting at a lot of. So if they're using their cover right, they should be pretty good. We're using these builds at a bit of range, so I think what's going to happen here, Aces Wild going to have a bit of an advantage because they're using more ERs, while we're looking at OP-4 using more heavies and pulses, which have a little bit more of a limited range. So Aces Wild holding back, using those ERs to their advantage. Looking at the health, yeah, looks like we've got a slight advantage here. Actually, maybe not so slight. Yeah, Aces Wild just taking this away. Gun Raptor first to be open here, or really messed up, and well, I guess open in the back. Gun Raptor gonna have to tuck in and be a little more conservative here. Aces Wild developing those angles and holding those angles really well. Here we go. OP-4 starting to get a line going, but I think it's going to be a little too late. Our Hellfire really roughed up, a little open in the back with Wayo and Z. Gun Raptor down to 67%, losing probably half a mech. Yep, there is half a mech there. I've got, hopefully you don't hear that horn. That's just some of my neighbors getting, I don't know, impatient. But yeah, here we go. Yeah, they're just holding these angles. This Hunchback with these ER large just able to sit here at range and poke. Might be a little bit of a long range on that. Just dealing with just little bits here. So, but yeah, here we go. OP-4 kind of hanging out here. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Getting some angles on Legend of Kelda here. Kelda open CT, a little roughed up there. Let's see how, yeah, everybody is fresh except for Kelda. Let's check Kodiak here in this purifier. A little roughed up on the leg. But compare that to the OP-4. Really messed up. We lost a piece off the Ebb and Jag. That's a halved Ebb and Jag that's so toasty when you have some of these mechs. So there we go. Let's see here, pushing out, trying to get some shots on that Hellbringer, but, or I'm sorry, not Hellbringer, the Hunchback down, way out there in the distance. That Ebb and Jag just not going to really have the range to do much of that or counter it. Way Owen taking some shots there. Yeah, this is looking at all the orange and red on the OP-4 team. They just kind of got stuck in these in this little corner here. Now they're developing some angles here with Way Owen trying to take some angles on this side, which is what needed to happen in the beginning. Honestly, if you're able to stick someone up on here, you've got a view over Epsi, but we all decided to go low ground. So that was an interesting choice there by OP-4. Way Owen now getting focused for being the man kind of on his own. Is the rest of the team going to be able to take advantage of that? I don't know. We're down to 8 minutes left. No one has taken the point. I don't think it's going to become really much of an issue. Aces Wild just having sort of a commanding health lead here. Everybody in the red over here on OP-4. Let's see how everyone's doing. Obviously, we've got a CT open Ebonjag over here. Hellfire is at 4 and 2, so all weapons left, a little bit open, but not a whole lot to go around. Armor just a bit low. So it looks like that's another Have Timber with an open CT. Yeah, everybody here open CT. Yeah, there it is, open CT. Celtic goes down though. Interesting. Aces Wild has the first kill, so that is 1 point on the board for OP-4, no matter how this game goes. Yeah, Aces Wild just not able to make the kills happen. So OP-4 twisting, spreading that damage very well here as Aces start to close in and get these angles on an entrenched OP-4, which is kind of fun to say. It is technically true. There we go. Gun Raptor going down. First one down for OP-4. Let's see. We were watching that happen. Hey, that's what I get for looking all over the map. Yep, and we've got... yeah, halved mechs all over the place. Did Way Owen escape? No, Way Owen got halved as well. They're running really toasty, limited fire here, even if they have their weapons. The Kit Foxes are here to clean up if they can, be very careful. There's still enough weapons on the board to make them very sorry if they peek. Kodiak trying to get up there with some jets, get some shots in. Not sure where Revo's going. Oh, there we go. Revo coming in, popping up, taking out, I think that was Tribute, and then Way Owen following quickly. There's Slain and Ghost Rider, the last of the cleanup here. There we go, and that is a win. They just need to cap a point, and the victory here goes to Aces Wild with that there. So we've got 1 point down for OP-4 on that match for getting 1 kill, and 14 points going to Aces Wild for both the match win and getting all 5 kills. All right. I don't know. I'm just putting APIs wherever I can put them at this point. Let's see here. Not that the APIs particularly matter here. So looking at the damage, not Bob in that Sunspider, 760. Where's this Hunchback? Pulling 500 damage. Very good. And then here we see those 2 Timbers just getting outranged, and everyone just in position, couldn't get the shots off. We're looking at double digits on there. And quite frankly, that's the story. If they were able to pull up their numbers by another couple hundred, that would have been a lot closer of a match. We'll check the overall scoreboard on that one. There you go. You can check out some of those KMD stats and whatnot while we get things going. All right. Moving on over to, actually, I'm going to go ahead and give these guys their 5 minutes. All right, and we are going to talk about Canyon. Now we're looking at the Kappa. We do see plenty of fights around Kappa. Just they won't have been so concentrated. Usually there's a bit of a early gank on Theta or an attempt to take Theta. Sometimes we see over here on Epsi, right? Yeah. And then obviously our team side. So we're going to push things over to the Kappa side where, again, we do see a lot of Epsi fights in the 3 cap. Where these are the choices. Kappa, we do see some fights. We see less though, and less intense, because that's usually with some of the cover here, teams don't want to risk it a lot of the times and maybe send a light to test it out. But we're expecting that fight to be over the Delta 4, like this quadrant right here is where we expect it. There's this rock right here that you get like 2 or 3 mechs behind, and then you're almost guaranteed to lose because you have no angles, you know, all that kind of thing. No, we're looking at Kappa on this side, so we've got angles from every which way coming in. Is someone going to try to take Theta and look over? Are we just going to see another push? We'll find out here, see how these teams deal with this, and we'll head on back over to the lobby. We've got almost 4 minutes left on the timer. Let's see how we're looking here. All right, OP-4 doing some team switching out. Aces Wild looks to be mostly ready. So we'll see how this works out. Let's see how we're doing here. Keep changing my color so you think I'm a new person, Skippy. Great. No, interestingly enough, it does change your color on that. Oh, you are here in the story. God damn. All right. Well, I think what that was in fact not my neighbors, but the UPS delivery for my merch, which I just got notice wasn't delivered. So, oh well, this is what I'm doing right now. Pick that up a little later. Still waiting on team 1. They are just past 3 minutes left on the timer. So I am going to go ahead and give them their heads up. Map swap. Oh, yes. Thank you. That is important. Canyon, where'd you go? All right, here we go. Looking for them. Are we on the lobby screen? We are. Excellent. What are these lines though? What happened there? Hang on, let me check my map. Well, those are just grid lines. They just look funky on here. All right. You give a minute and 30 on that. Looks like they're about ready to go in any case. There we go. Team 1 locked. Team 2 starting their 5 minutes. Well, they look like they're about ready to go. Keep the OP-4 busy here. So we're looking at points. It is 23-27 right now. So like I was saying, looking at those scores, this is where those kills come in. That's 9 points. And also a win is 5 points too. Nothing to sneeze at. But yeah, those 9 points is a big swing, plus the 5. Aces Wild taking a full victory there. Really a swing. And also with OP-4 only being able to kill 1, we end up with a very close match here, despite those 2v2 wins from OP-4. Very close match. Checking in Bakey. Yeah, 100% OP-4 spreading that damage around. But unfortunately, it was not quite enough. All right, so I'm going to go back to the map here. I think, if I'm correct, you'll even see my pings. And I know it'll be a little small, guys. But yeah, you'll see the pings on the map up there. And I expect probably someone to sit here in Charlie 2, Charlie 3. That's a little risky. But if you can hold back, use that position, you can get some shots across here, kind of Delta 3 area. Might see someone post up on this ridge as well from the team 2 side. From the team 1 side, again, we've got a lot of good cover over here in Delta 3, but both teams are locked. So we're going to go ahead and launch. We'll see how this goes. But also, both teams are actually, who was that? I think it was Aces Wild pulled that linebacker rush. So they don't have those, but they could have something relatively equivalent. So we'll see how that turns out. All right, another one of these where we can take a look. We've got a summoner from Way Owen with the ER Peeps and Small Pulse. Some DACA Blood at, oh no, this one's got a Gauss and 4 large. Interesting. We've got our Gauss ER large Night Gear and another Timberwolf here from OP-4 at large ports and ER Meads. Let's scooting over to the Aces Wild side. We've got, oh boy, Direwolf here, Gauss and large, a couple of DACA Mad Cats, a trio of DACA Mad Cats. Very interesting. Good use of arms to shoot down as a potential, and Kodiak in this Incubus with the ER Meads. which I do like. I do like the ER meads on this. And of course, we're doing a lobby cast here. So let me swap over to the match. All right, Way Owen taking the PPC. Here's that some of that ground that we could see looking over. Looks like he is going to take the ridge, trying to get a scout on that with a big jump. I don't know if he's going to see much from there. They don't really have any fast movers. So here we go. Kappa. Ace is Wild applying pressure early on the point with no opposition from OP-4, which is a rather interesting thing to say. The Mad Cats still need to get up there. Kodiak taking some hits here. Let's see how we are. Ooh, and open. Kodiak, well, losing so much. That's really kind of that ain't a good spot to be in. So Kodiak, I think, largely out of the fight here. Going to need to play very conservative as we wait for the Mad Cats to move up. Direwolf over here. Peach Fuzz. Let's see. What did they have? I think that was AC5s, right? No, that was Large and Gauss. So setting up in a position. It's going to be tough. You're going to hit the Night Gear and maybe Way Owen here. Those are basically the two angles that Direwolf is going to have from here. Looks like, oh no, as these guys peek this corner. Now, OP-4 holding back. We see them tucked into one position again. This is problematic. While Aces Wild is sort of developing their angles here. And that is what you want to see. Now, Not Bob, they are pushing with those Mad Cats. Here we go. Kodiak getting some shots while the armor's in. Not Bob going down to a lot of focus, though. Pushing this fire line may not have been the best idea with those Mad Cats. Yep, there goes Baron. Let's see. There goes Revos. This is going to be really kind of... All right, well... That firing line for OP-4 worked. Aces Wild just pushed into it almost one-on-one. That was a choice. I'll leave it at that. Looks like we have neutralized the point, so that's not going to come into play at all. Not that it necessarily was. Oh yeah, here comes the Kappa Cap. With the Direwolf still trading with Testiclops over here. Open them up. How roughed up is this Direwolf? Open CT. The focus fire of OP-4 really being shown here. And that firing line, not sure why Aces Wild pushed that. They had the light to take a look at that ran afoul of it. But just, I don't know. That one has me a little puzzled. I don't know that push was the idea. Take the ridges and fire down, I think would have been the way to go. But Aces Wild chose the push. We are going to get a sweep here. So OP-4 getting... Where's OP-4? OP-4 getting a win here, swapping it up with the 9 and no point recovery. We're looking at 41 to 23. Yeah, there goes Matt, not Bob, calling it out. Way Owen headed for that Theta Cap under fire from Zelk. All right. Yeah, it was a bad push. I think they had an interesting counter deck, but man, pushing that low ground into the firing line was so bad. You could have gotten angles on OP-4, and he almost had it. Almost had it for Aces Wild there, but that's what we're looking at. That is what we're looking at. Catching up on the chat. 9 points for Slither, and yeah, pretty much 9 deer. For absolutely no reason, because that's how we roll here.
The enemy has capped enough resources. We've failed.
Yeah, Skippy Nibble is actually like a my new merch is 5-pound gummy bears stamped with my logo. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to eat it on stream. No, absolutely not. Just regular merch. But it was for me, so I thought that was an interesting point. All right, let's take a look at these damage numbers. We'll get some of the details in a second here. Yeah, 657 by that Timber, just kind of like chilling. The Summoner Bloodass pulling good numbers there. Nothing really crazy to speak of on Aces Wild. I mean, ultimately a good distribution, but no kills. A lot of focus on the OP-4 side, though. I suspect a lot of this damage was the Timber trading with the Direwolf. Direwolf pulling 197 damage, not quite enough. So well traded on the OP-4 side of things. Let's check out the scoreboard. All right. Yep, that looks like the right one as we move on to some other things. All right. Our next map here, and let me get my list, is going to be Caustic Valley for our last one. Oops. Yes. Nope. Ugh, come on. Game. All right, there we go. Team 1. 5 minutes on Caustic Valley. And again, this is Caustic Conquest. So let's go ahead and take a look at the map. Let's see, that should catch up any second now. Here we go, looking at the map. Again, this is a Theta Point fight. And this is no limit, so honestly expect a lot of blue lasers here. Based on what we've seen today, OP-4, I don't know, it's kind of gone both ways with the trading. If OP-4 brings a trading deck, they showed good stuff with that. If Aces Wild push against it, they've got the focus fire. Honestly, could kind of go every way. But we've got that Stonehenge area around Theta. We'll see if any of the lights decide to use it. But since there's no limit, expect a whole lot of 100-tonners. Now, that being said, 4 mechs per, or 4 instances of each chassis per match. So we've seen some direwolves. We've seen some Kodiaks. They've been using their 100-tonners. Have they retained enough of them? I think so. Probably a mix of Kodiaks and direwolves. Incoming with a whole bunch of blue lasers and maybe Gauss rifles. We'll see how it goes, but we'll head back to the thing. And you know what? I think I forgot to start the timer. So I don't know. They'll get there at some point. It looks like they're almost ready for this in any case. So we will see how that turns out. Checking up on the chat. Let's see. We discussed that. Someone wasting some points there. Mild electric shock wells. Listen, Skippy, on my stream, there are ways to do that. But this is on MWO League, so I don't have those alerts. That would be highly entertaining, though. That would be, I'd be down for that. Maybe not quite the electric shock. That could go a little far, maybe with a cooldown or something, but I definitely do have jump scares and whatnot, and I find them lots of fun. Skippy, I love your sense of entertainment. This is what we need in MechWarrior casting. We don't need professional, we need hijinks and shenanigans, of course. All right, Team 2 with their 5-minute timer, which I remember this time. Team 1 didn't even get close, I'm sure. But hey, we're here for an exhibition. None of this really counts. We're testing out. Ooh, I need to, no, I did update that. And we are on the last drop. Yep. So we're looking at 41 to 23, which means Aces Wild won't be able to catch up here. But again, if this were a tournament, all points count. So come down. One of the things I love about Tournament of Stars, it comes down to the end and those points matter. You know, if you are at like 150 points, like these wins do count. Obviously they are points, but man, if you O-bomb a match like Aces Wild did, it could matter. But they're still coming out of this. You know, it depends on where you are. If you trounce every other team, like this loss may not hurt so much. So things get really wibbly wobbly towards the end of the tournament, and it's so it's a lot of fun. I love the late matches on Tournament of Stars. As it starts to shake out. So we'll be looking at this this scoring system that, again, that is part of the things that we're testing. We're going to see how things are going on the 1-cap conquest line. And again, we're going to take a look at the feedback for the 1v1s and 2v2s as a change in format. Team 2 is locked. Here we go. Final match in this exhibition. As we move on. All right, I don't get to see what they are without doing some crazy stuff that I don't really want to do. So we will wait for them to come in. Again, here is, where am I on the map? There we go. Data point is over here. We've got the Stonehenge around here. If we might get some light play here, but honestly, expect some play out here over on the Gamma side. FC, there's a hill. Echo 6 hill has a really commanding spot. So there's some spots that you can see over on that. All right, let's take a look. Oh, the XE drops. How could I forget the Executioners? Absolutely. All right, so we've got OP-4 running Executioners. Are they all PPCs? Yeah, all PPCs with some micros and a UAC2 night gear. That's interesting choice. I like it. I have nothing bad to say. It's not that kind of interesting. It's more the AC2s rather than the rest. All right, so we've got Gauss Kodiak. Let's see. We do have an XE PPCs. Yep, PPCs. Direwolf with the Gauss Enlarge and Direwolf with the Gauss Enlarge. We've got some long range here coming from Aces Wild. Honestly, I think the Xyz are gonna have the edge on this with those micros when it comes time to push, if they decide to push. We'll find out, but we've got some trade going on. Who's got this angle over here? Yorkshire with this XC holding an angle. That's a real long range. He's going to want to push up a little bit, but he's got some scout and some fires on him. That being said, Aces Wild does have a lot of concentration on this hill, which is where OP-4 is setting up with 3 other X's. Again, OP-4 needing to kind of develop a few more of their angles on a trade strategy I would like to see, rather than gathering around this hill. And it looks like that's what we're doing. Gun Raptor and Hotshot coming up. Looks like they were looking for some early focus fire on that, but they are getting that concave set up against Aces Wild, who is kind of pilled up around this this little hill over here. So again, we have this firing live by Aces Wild, which could be, but it's all range. They are moving together, which is not the worst thing, but they do need to hold some angles here, or else OP-4 is just going to develop the angles on them. Now, interestingly enough, both teams taking this Gamma side, this Gamma Kappa side, in order to kind of close on each other and find out where we are. Yeah, here we go. Hotshot being exposed here, taking some shots down to 84%. Aces, I think, have a slight armor advantage here. Yeah, just orange all over, nothing major. Excuse me. So yeah, here we go. It's just going to be a whole lot of trades on Caustic, which it's known for. But here again, we got this firing line tactic by Aces Wild, with a more developed angle method by OP-4. Let's see how it goes. They are pushing. All right, here we've got sort of the long range push. They want to push them out. This is not a bad move for Aces. Get that push going, push them off the corner, make them consolidate and close. All right, let's see here. Skippy Nibbles liking the map. Yeah, it's an interesting one, but it is a lot of long range, and I can almost guarantee these guys are just using heat vision to see each other on it. It is such a long range map. You don't get a lot of play in the center, which is what we're looking at. No one opted to take a lighter mech to try to even do anything with resources. Looks like Hotshot is going to get a little left behind in the rear guard. Are Aces Wild going to be able to catch him? Looks like a little bit, yes. That being said, I don't see a lot of OP-4 reacting to this. I think we've got, you know, they are holding some angles. We've got Zilk and Illusion kind of hanging out here on their spots. They will have good angles as they cross, but we've got Gun Raptor kind of hanging back to support Hotshot, and I'm not really sure what Yorkshire's doing off here. It is like really kind of extreme range on those PPCs. I guess he's got a couple shots, but I would expect him to close on the wraparound on that, rather than just maintaining this really probably extreme range spot. But hey, if he's getting the hits, it's basically free damage for him. Hotshot able to get away with the XE. Gun Raptor basically taking the spot. Now here's this armor rotation that you really want to see on a push in receiving a push here. Hotshot able to get out. Let's see how Illusion's doing. Illusion's just fine. A lot of these numbers we're just seeing worn armor, but this push by Aces Wild did push a couple of the OP-4 folks out of position, and they punished them on the way without a whole lot of reciprocity. So, you know, like I said, Yorkshire maybe getting some shots, but not doing a whole lot of damage. So like just the armor with these 100-tonners is not taking the hit that you think they would. Let's see here. Let's see, we've got some shots happening here. Yeah, across here on Yorkshire's position and Zelk. So this position now coming into play as Aces Wild continues like they're push into it. Little strike on there. I don't think it hit Yorkshire. Yorkshire at 88%. Let's see, Illusion now in this night gear still at 75%, still doing just fine. Hotshot pulling back. All right, so OP-4 is on the backside here. Someone lost something. Can't quite tell what. Maybe an arm or something. Let's take a look. Could have sworn that explosion came from here. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it came from Aces. Maybe not Bob lost something here. No? All right. Some weird explosion. I'm not sure where that came from. But yeah, honestly, Aces Wild just pushing so aggressively with their traders. They are keeping OP-4 on the back foot here. This is a really interesting push. Just walking them across the map, and OP-4 having to relocate and pull backwards to turn and run against this so much that they're just not really able to trade effectively. This is, wow, go Aces Wild, go. The little, you know, the little push that could. I did not expect this. So we've got like the Gauss. Is there anything even, come on, let me, let's see, Gauss large. I don't think there was anything even remotely short range on these mechs. They are just doing the long range mech, get you out of your positions, Gausses, and then the XE. All right, yeah, there are the micros on the XE, but I mean, given all the XEs on the other team, that is rough. All right, Gun Raptor, where's your XE? You just took a big burn there. Ooh, we are toasting. All right, so Illusion's damage is a lot of his own. Looks like he's, you know, maybe a little bit of back damage, but looking at those legs, he's been burning the mask. And gets halved. All right, Yorkshire coming up to try to hold. Having toasted himself a little in defense of his friends, it looks like, yeah. Here we go. Aces Wild starting to get that surround, like a little amoeba going on OP-4. They finally caught up. OP-4 deciding to take a stand. Gun Raptor halved. Who's hanging out in the back here? That's Hotshot hanging out in the back with some toasted legs. For sure. Don't know if that is that's probably mass damage with all the I need to GTFO that was happening there. We got some UAVs that were held in reserve, and there goes Illusion down in that night gear that had gotten a little roughed up. Gun Raptor honestly should be next on the chopping block, and it looks like that is so with the Direwolves and Kodiaks pushing. Now we get some stuff falling off the Kodiak. One Kodiak is halved. Slows it down to 2 Gauss rifles, only slows that fire down a little bit, really, given that cooldown. We are looking at 2 kills to none. If they can find Revestate and take that, OP-4 will take a point off of this. But Aces Wild looking for a commanding victory with the W key. W key for victory, friends. And also their focus hasn't been too good. There goes Hotshot. That looks like a halved percentage. Nope, that's just an arm with a whole lot of internal damage. All right. So that means Hotshot is doing, you know, the thing that Hotshot name says he's going to do. He's shooting while hot. Let's see. Legend of Kelda. Probably down half there. Yep, absolutely. We've got Baron going off to finish off Yorkshire. Just looking at the the disparity between those two numbers, it should be pretty close, but I think obviously Baron might have an edge, though Yorkshire can certainly get some shots. Let's see here. Zelk getting some angles with that XE on the team. There goes Yorkshire and Hotshot. Aces Wild still yet to lose a mech. They need to go take out Zelk. Let's take a look at Zelk. Well, I mean, Zelk's got to be like 1 touch-ish. Nah, not entirely. But, oh, rocking the 3 PPCs and micro. Ooh, that is a toasty build. Might be able to close a kill here. Not Bob, not particularly open. Maybe could get something through the CT, but not Bob had, oh, not Bob is shut down. All right, let's take a look at this. Is Zelk going to be able to capitalize? No. Peach Fuzz coming in there, and Zelk just cooking himself to try to get that final point. And now they need to cap 3 minutes left. This timer looks honestly pretty good, unless we came to that trade. So that is interesting. All right, let's go ahead and update the scoreboard on that. Aces Wild winning that one very handily, essentially 5-0, which makes this a very close match when it comes down to it. 41 to 37, 1 difference on the kills. So those 2v2 wins really coming in clutch for OP-4, who does pull this one out, 41 to 37. Let me get some lobby stats for you there in just a second. And that's gonna wrap our time here. Let's see here. Did we get there? Yes, this is our match. You can see what some of those damage are. We got some team damage from Peach Fuzz there. Get out of their way. Probably like a strike or something. But GG's, everybody. Let us know. Check out the comp Discord. Let folks know what your feedback is on watching this, because we do want some interesting matches. We do want some of these interesting matches for the tournament. And this is all just to make things more exciting and more interesting for you. We'll come on back to the lobby. All right. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Check out the comp. I'm sure it's probably showed up somewhere in the chat, maybe, hopefully. If not, hopefully you know where MW Comp Discord is. If not, go look for it. It is the place for all things comp. Gun Raptor's first time at this div level, it was way more intense. Heck yes, that's what we want. We love these intense ones. Checking up on the cast. The new center made it so much better. Checking in on some of these. Yeah, awesome. All right. Have a great night, everybody, or good day, or wherever you are in the world. You know, enjoy the rest of your time until that clock takes over. And you know what? Enjoy the time after that, too. I'll catch you all later, hopefully for some Blood League cast. Keep your eye open for the next scrim, which I think has been booked. The time is escaping me, though. So keep an eye on the Discord for that, and I will catch you all later.
Let's